What's up, guys? It's John Dominique, the Soul Proponent. Today, I want to talk about giving on the path to the soul and how counterintuitive things are once we approach the path. Most people, spirituality and religions have a certain attitude that they approach the situation with, and it's like, what am I going to get? If you look deeply inside yourself, most people, 99% of people, are out there trying to get something out of spirituality and something out of religion. Traditional Christians, especially, they want to get to heaven, they want to be good, they want to be seen as noble, they want to live up to a self-image of being a good Christian, being a good person, being accepted, lovable. They want to enhance their survival with whatever religion or spirituality they choose to operate in their life. And just that attitude by itself will backfire. People don't know this. It's very unconscious. And a lot of times we don't think about this, but I think it's important that we look at it deeply, because without it, we'll be guided always looking even more, which is going to add more frustration, which is going to increase our attachments. The truth sets us free. If that's the case, then it would set us free from attachments to Jesus, for example, the attachments to our religion, the attachments to our beliefs. It would set us free from the need to avoid the resulting emptiness if we were to let go of our beliefs, if we were to let go of Jesus, to let go of our religion. Like, what's the religion there for? Like, what are we trying to get out of it? That's the question we need to ask ourselves and see what it's about. This is, it takes a radical kind of honesty to be able to do this, because most people would rather do something else. It's not important. What's more important is what they get out of it. So they have an attitude of acquiring, of getting something, of gaining some type of profit, some type of transaction. They treat it as some type of way to get something, to gain favor, to get approval, to get to heaven, to get salvation. That's normal. No, I'm not here to say that's bad and that we need to stop, but I'm just saying we need to see that, it's not conducive to the truth that sets us free, because the truth that sets us free will set us free from the need for it'll set us free from all of these attitudes and beliefs that we have that we need to obtain something to complete ourselves. But where we come from is important. That has a lot to do with spirituality and our religion. If we don't see the entire truth, we just want to see the part of the truth that we like, that makes us comfortable, that brings us security, that brings us foundation, it brings us a sense of, I'm going to be okay in the future, etc., etc. So the point of all this is we need to see that trying to get something out of religion, trying to get something out of spirituality is not the way to go. It adds more attachments, it fixates us, and the total opposite is basically what we need to look at. It is more of a spirit of giving. That's the antidote to this need to acquire, to obtain, to accomplish. The antidote is the opposite, is to give. So part of us will have to come to terms with this idea and to see that all of our wants, all of our desires, our longings will only make the path more difficult, basically. So sacrificing, the story of Jesus, there's all this sacrificing, but we want someone else to do the sacrificing a lot of the times. Like, we don't want to have to make that sacrifice. The truth is, we're the ones that have to give up all of our everything that we're trying to get, everything we're trying to obtain, everything we're trying to accomplish and acquire. It's us that has to do the work. And it's not an easy thing to do, and we'd rather it be another way, and I guess whatever is more convenient is the way to go. So, this belief in Jesus, for example, is what's popular. It's easier to just accept what's popular. Everyone else is doing it. Why should we question it? We know instinctively that we're still missing something. Like if we're searching for the truth, you know for a fact that you don't have the truth. Right there, right then and there tells us something that we have an instinctual knowledge of what the truth is. We know we don't have it. So we can, at least from, I mean, that's right there is one layer that we can see that to give up the need to search for truth is a difficult thing to do, but that's a backwards, upside down, counterintuitive approach. But that's the way, that's the path. It's not what we think it is. We can't think about it. We can't do something to obtain what we're trying to get, because God is not like a material object. Like that's what the problem is. We think it's like some type of material object. We can get it, we can gain it, we can hold it, we can see it, we can feel it, we try to grab it. There's a fixation, and that fixation is the crux of the problem, though. You know, these attachments, and we're very what's the word I want to use here? Very intense about being able to get something, being able to gain something. But as soon as we twist it the other way and see that it's a matter of giving everything, then things kind of change. Now, the hard part about the giving is that we can't trick the system. We can't only do it partially. We can't do it only when it's convenient. We have to give and give and give everything that we're trying to get. And then we don't even know there's more that we have to give as we go along the path, because our desires will change a little bit as we go along the path. We'll see that giving is the way, because it's freeing us from our needs. We're following the truth that sets us free. The truth is going to set us free. It's about freedom. It's not about obtaining the need, acting on the need to get and to acquire. It's about letting go. So giving is that attitude that we have. It's an attitude that we have to approach the path to the soul with. And it's a difficult thing because it's against our instincts. When we're born as children, in the umbilical cord, we're always getting stuff from outside of us, from the umbilical cord. That's what we're hardwired. That's in our unconscious, in our DNA, in the fabric of our mentality. We're always getting nurture from outside of us. And we think somehow that nurturing will come from outside of us as well. But the truth is, it comes from within. But for that to happen, we have to make the space for it. And by making the space, it means we have to give up what's inside of us, give up what's in our hearts, give up our desires, give up our needs, all the attachments, all our enticements to all of these low-hanging fruit, or to whatever temptations are there. Because there are a lot of temptations. Everybody has something, and we have to be able to give up to the point where we give up our need for our identity, to hang on to our identity, to hang on to our personality and our instincts to survive even. And this is very deep areas. Like, who wants to give up their instinct to survive? Like, nobody will go near that. It's like, again, the total opposite of what the status quo is, of what most people think would be good to do. So it takes a very special mentality, special orientation to flip the switch. Trying to obtain and trying to get and trying to acquire, again, is that's the issue, and the antidote is to give. So we have to give up everything, and then we have to give up trying to give up. It gets really tricky. And that attitude, that mentality, we have to see that trying to get, acquire, and especially in these traditional Christian religions, that's not it. Trying to hang on to Jesus, hang on to our beliefs, the need to get to heaven, and all of that, it doesn't work. I mean, we could pretend it does because it's more convenient and it's easier to do, because that's how most people are. I was like that at some point. So, we have to have some compassion for that, because that's the only thing we know. We don't know any better. But the truth is almost like the exact total opposite, the polar opposite of what we're thinking. So it's important, I think, for me to just introduce this as an idea to people. And most people, they won't like it, but that's the path to the truth that sets us free. The truth that sets us free is going to give us more freedom on the inside, in the interior of ourselves, and it comes from within us. It's not something that we obtain from outside. the way it unfolds is that once we start letting go and emptying our minds and emptying our the need to think, for instance, there's going to be more emptiness. There's going to be more nothingness. We need to allow that space to be there, and allow that something will come in that space and show us the truth of what reality is. And that'll happen if we continue the path, but we can't look for it. We can't try to get it. And that's the tricky part. So my message today is, it's an attitude of giving, not an attitude of getting, that propels us on the path to the soul. It's John Dominique, the Soul Proponent.